OAuth, the authorization framework used across the web. The technical name can make it seem somewhat mysterious, but in reality, it just describes a pattern, or a framework, of access that is common even outside the realm of computers. The problem that OAuth is trying to solve is secure authentication by a third party, or you might say, allowing someone I trust to determine if my users are who they say they are. This is important because not every entity is built with authentication in mind, but almost every entity requires some level of authentication. Some examples might be a valet who needs to be sure they give keys to the right people, or a doctor who wants to be sure she has the right person's medical history up when prescribing medication. Let's take a look at a real world example to see how this pattern plays out. Imagine you're getting ready to fly to your next vacation destination, somewhere beautiful, like Michigan. You're going to purchase a ticket from an airline, the relying party or client in this scenario, and provide some identifying information about yourself. Now, the airline has no way of knowing if the information you've provided is real because they're not built to handle identifying every person on Earth. So they must rely on an authorization provider, which in this case is the government which issued your passport. Now, when the time comes for you to head to beautiful Michigan, you arrive at the airport, and in order to sit in your seat on the plane, the protected resource, if you will, you are redirected by the airport to a security checkpoint first that allows your identity to be confirmed by agents of your authorization provider. You give them your boarding pass, which is kind of like an access code, and your passport, and then you're granted access to the plane, assuming you didn't steal someone's identity. In a nutshell, this is how OAuth works too. A user interacting with a client is referred to a possibly third-party authorization provider that validates the user and then returns an access code which the client can exchange for a token or tokens that grants them access to a protected resource.